It's your girl, Chris Kalen, back for another episode of the Princess Diaries, and we are still celebrating Black Music Month. And in honor of Black Music Month, I am thrilled to spotlight a woman whose life and ministry beautifully intertwine music, faith, education, and healing. Today, we are welcoming Dr. Christal Brown Heyward, an acclaimed gospel singer, psalmist, pianist, author, grief educator, and a visionary leader from Charleston, South Carolina. Through her powerful voice and unwavering commitment to ministry, Dr. Brown Heyward has touched countless lives using music as a vehicle of hope and restoration. As the founder and owner of Gibson Academy of Music, she is dedicated to cultivating the next generation of musicians, teaching young people the fundamentals of musical excellence and helping them develop the perfect pitch. And I am so excited to have her sitting with me here today. How are you, Dr. Christal Brown Heyward?
Oh, thank you. I am doing well. Thank you for having me. This is so exciting.
Really?
Yes.
I am honored to be here with you. Like I said, I've heard so many amazing things. Just hearing your voice and just seeing the things that you do throughout the community. I don't even know where to start. But first, I want to say congratulations on receiving your doctorate. So that was amazing. Shouts out to you. We gonna give you a T. We clocking it. We clocking it. Yes.
Thank you, sis.
So what was that journey like?
That journey was 3.5 years of research, and my doctorate is actually in pastoral care and counseling. But my dissertation was about joy and pain.
Yes.
How music and mourning, the two have a way of intersecting. As particularly African Americans, how we heal.
Yes.
Music is a healing balm for us.
And when I was doing my Googles and my research on you, I saw that, I don't know if you still do it, but you would go to a church and you would have your grief sessions and just playing music for families who were going through grief and just dealing with that. So what even sparked that interest?
About 11 years ago, we had some friends that had a loss. And one thing about when someone close to you has a loss, we gather at the home as people of color, and we eat and we talk and we laugh. But we decided to bring one of the elements that was missing, and that was sacred music. And so I would bring my keyboard in and we would sing songs and let the healing of music take its place.
Absolutely.
And so our nonprofit was born from there, and we're called A Time of Refreshing, and we're alive and well. In fact, we're still holding sessions weekly,
Awesome.
monthly, whenever we're called upon to incorporate music with grief education to help persons who are going through grief, loss, and trauma.
And I think a lot of times when you think about grief, you don't think about that, but it's just so healing just to just sit there. Like every morning when I do my meditation, I have my whole gospel playlist. And I always tell people when I step out, you never know what you're going to experience when you step out. And it's just like, all right, I have my armor on. Whatever happens, I'm prepared for it.
Yes, ma'am.
So I absolutely love that. So, swinging back to Black Music Month, it celebrates the profound impact of Black artists and Black musical traditions. As a gospel singer and musician, what does Black Music Month mean to you personally and professionally?
Black Music Month means everything to me. I started singing at 6 years old in the church choir, started taking piano lessons, and I haven't stopped. And so I have sang on probably several platforms. I've been on Bobby Jones Gospel.
Wow.
I've been on Showtime at the Apollo.
Oh my goodness.
I've done Mojo Arts Festival in Charleston, Piccolo Spoleto. I've done a whole lot of platforms here in Charleston and beyond. And so Black Music Month it's the voice of my people, because we love music, all
Yes.
types of music. And one thing about music by Black artists, they're all intertwined anyway. Blues, jazz, Christian music, sacred music. Sometimes if you don't listen carefully to the words, you're not sure which one you're listening to, because it's all our music. And so they're all intertwined. So music is our love language.
Yes.
And so Black Music Month means everything to us.
That is amazing. So actually, I had the opportunity to interview Jennifer Hudson when she was doing the Aretha Franklin press tour. And, of course, we're talking about gospel music. And I mentioned that, Charleston is the heart and soul of gospel music. The Holy City really reigns true to being the Holy City. So why do you think Charleston has such a impact in the gospel scene?
I
If
believe,
I'm using the right words.
Yeah, impact is a perfect word. I think that Charleston has such an impact when it comes to gospel music is because it's cultivated in our soul. It's cultivated. If you think about just the whole culture of Charleston, from our food to our Gullah Geechee language, to our style, to our communication, because music really is a way of communicating.
Yeah.
And so I think that because we are such sons of the soil here in Charleston and daughters of the soil, music is just in us. And so some of the greatest artists, some of the greatest curators of music and safe spaces for sacred music have come out of Charleston. So we love gospel music. Now, Charleston is Quartet County. Charleston love a good quartet now.
So I had the pleasure of interviewing Mr. Larry Mood with the quartets, and he spoke on it. So what is your take on the quartet?
Well, I have to say quartet is kind of the foundation, because if you sing in church in Charleston, you're going to be singing a little quartet.
Yeah.
Just because when we go back even to our history of singing in praise houses, I'm from Johns Island, so I know a lot about praise houses and the old camp meetings. When you talk about that style, even the rhythm, it is who we are. So it's trickled right into quartet music, because when you go most of our churches, particularly on the Sea Islands, you're going to hear a double clap.
Yeah.
We just don't do a single clap.
Right.
We have to do a double clap. And so it's kind of the cousin to a quartet.
Yes.
So anytime you hear a quartet song, we're taking it up another notch, and we are going to double clap, because who's going to check us? Because that's what we do.
That's what we do. I don't know anything besides a double clap.
That's
I've only done a double clap. What is a single clap?
Why?
So you spoke briefly, about being on Bobby Jones Gospel and Apollo. So can I get a little bit of your journey throughout just your time singing gospel?
I grew up singing gospel in Cedar Spring Baptist Church. It's a small Baptist church that's still on Johns Island. And from there, I would sing with a community choir in North Charleston. And this had to be in the 80s. And it was called Christians United for Christ. And I'm sure several people listening remember Professor Michael Fields. And so we just had people gathered from different communities. I was a teenager. We would open up for James Cleveland, Shirley Caesar during that time. And then after high school, I went to college, and I would play for churches. And so I ended up meeting the Lucas sisters.
Amazing.
And they're a staple here in Charleston.
They are a staple. I reached out. I was trying to get an interview with them, but I'm going to say this. So hopefully I can get one of the Lucas sisters to sit down with me.
Yes.
Because they are absolutely amazing.
Yeah. I met them when I was 16 years old. And so I sang and traveled and went on the road with them for probably 8-9 years.
Awesome.
And we're still very good friends. And every now and then we still get together and sing. Absolutely, yeah. So we've been singing together since the 80s.
That's amazing.
And so I would sing with the Lucas sisters, and then I would venture out and do solo things. I started recording. I had a community choir. It was called the Christal Brown Youth Chorus. And so we had about 60 to 80 children active at any given time.
Wow.
And we're still, the music is still on Apple, still there.
I love
It's
it.
called the Christal Brown Youth Chorus. And some of the teens and the children who came through the Christal Brown Youth Chorus, we were about 10 years old. And we would travel, we would sing, we sang at Disney World. Some of our Charleston people who came through the Christal Brown Youth Chorus, Pastor Charlie Murray, who owns Murray's Mortuary.
Wow.
He was a teenager singing on the Christal Brown Youth Chorus. Giovanna Alexander,
Wow.
who's a leading realtor in this
Yes.
city. Giovanna was with the Christal Brown Youth Chorus. So yeah, we have a lot.
You had some names that came through.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
And you know what I love about that? So I grew up dancing. So just seeing a lot of people come through, and I know with Linda Harvey, a lot of people went through that. But I always feel like when people in your position, when you get to see the kids who came up under you and see the things that they're doing now, it's like I had a hand in that.
Oh, it is overwhelmingly such an amazing feeling, just filled with gratitude.
Yeah.
To know that you play a small part, because even the scripture says one plant and one waters.
Absolutely.
And so we all have a role to play in cultivating the children of our community.
Yes.
We all have a role. You might think it's small, you might think it's insignificant, but it all matters when we get to see how God grows them up.
This episode of Princess Diaries is sponsored by the Bill Green Law Firm. If you've been in an accident, make sure you call the Bill Green Law Firm. No win, no cost. That's our promise. And speaking of kids being in the community, that's where I'm going to lead into the Gibson Academy of Music. So, like when I was on your social media, actually Talia Rivers. So I saw her son, and that's when I was just like, oh my gosh, he's so talented. And like she would always make posts saying like how you would just take your time and just making sure he got it. And just seeing all the kids on your page who are just, they just look so happy to be there. So like, can we just get into like what made you, because I know you have the choir, but what made you decide to do the Gibson Academy of Music?
Gibson Academy. I did.
Sorry, Gibson.
Yeah,
I'm
stuck
sorry.
that low G on that. Gibson Academy of Music. I started teaching piano in my mother's kitchen. And so you're going back probably 28, 30 years.
Wow.
And so I just believe that we don't have a musician problem in Charleston, but we do have a shortage.
Yeah.
Just because great and talented, amazing musicians in Charleston, but we're not going to live forever.
Right.
So we've got to train our replacements.
Right.
And so that is one of the main reasons I absolutely love teaching and pouring and trying to make musicians out of some of these young people. And so we teach in Moncks Corner. That's where my studio is.
Yes.
And I have been teaching music for over 25 years. And so we just take the little ones, teach them how to read notes, teach them about rhythm, teach them about really the discipline.
Yes.
Because really, learning any art form, it's really not, everybody's not going to be Mozart.
Right.
But you have to have the discipline.
And that discipline is going to follow you
Absolutely.
in your life.
Yes, ma'am.
It absolutely is. So I will say you're the musicians that's coming up under you. They're going to be amazing. So
can't wait.
I feel really good about the new talent that's coming in, especially under you. So for young artists, worship leaders, and musicians listening during Black Music Month, what advice would you give them about honoring the legacy of Black gospel music while creating their own path?
Ooh, honoring the legacy of Black gospel music. I would say that is vitally important because sometimes with the new curators, it's everything new. I don't want to do that old stuff. I don't have to sing that old stuff. We are standing on the shoulders of those who've gone before us. And so I'm never too much of a new person until I can't pick out a hymn book and go down to Bethel Baptist Church that's got 8 members.
Come on.
That wants to sing Jesus Keep Me Near the Cross.
Come on. Because
it is all important. Every style is important. Every style is important, but I would say discipline and being able to be let people know they can depend on you.
Yeah.
Because sometimes in the music arena, we're so good, we're so talented, we're so wonderful. We tend to not be on time. We tend to not show up. We tend to sometimes just not take it. We want to be acknowledged as professionals, but sometimes we don't carry ourselves in a professional manner. So I want to say to all of my colleagues, whether they're my age or they're the younger generation coming up, which they are going to break the glass ceiling. I mean, just talent that you can't even explain sometimes as I'm observing, but stay true to the principle. And the principle is be true to the art.
Yes.
You're never that wonderful. You're not that wonderful.
Right.
You're not that wonderful. You can be on time, and you can be a forever learner.
Yes. You never stop learning.
Never.
If you feel like you stop learning, then I can't be around that person. You never. I don't care how old you are.
You're
never.
a forever long student.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I feel like when you feel that way, you can also be a great teacher.
Yes.
Because it's like a pulling from your students, and they're getting something from you. Yeah. When you think about your legacy, what do you hope people will remember about Dr. Christal Brown Heyward's contribution to gospel music, ministry, and the Charleston community?
I hope that my legacy will live on long after I'm gone, and people will remember that I was authentic.
I love that word.
I would love for people to remember every time she got behind the mic and or the piano, whatever she poured out, whatever genre it was, whatever occasion it was, she was authentic.
Yes. And I just get that from you. And when you were speaking as far as like going to the hymn book, now when you were talking about singing in the 80s, I was like, oh, this was we call it primary color gospel. Everyone had the primary colors on.
That's right.
We had the asymmetrical cuts.
Yes.
Everyone was singing and moving.
Yes, honey.
And I feel like now, like, no shade, no tea. I do, enjoy the new gospel, but my playlist is full of like 90s, 80s gospel music. I'm not too much of a fan of the campfire gospel, and it's cute. And people like it, but like when I have conversations with people like you and Mr. Larry Mood, and just the foundation, and as he said, you can't skip past the foundation. You have to be there. So I just appreciate you so much for taking the time to just bless me with this information, to share your legacy with me, and I truly appreciate it. And once again, congratulations again on receiving your doctorate. That's amazing, and to all the hard work you did for these last 3 years, absolutely amazing. So how can people connect with you if they want to sign their kids up for vocal lessons, or if we want to come see you perform? And how can we do those things? Because I see you all over Facebook singing. I'm like, oh my God, I want to see you sing in person.
Absolutely. Well, my name is Christal Heyward, and it's on Facebook just like that. Christal Heyward. Heyward. And now my first name is tricky because some of you want to spell it like it's glass. But mine looks like Christ Al. Make sure you find me on Facebook, Christal Heyward. That's the best way to keep up with where I am. Sometimes I'm at Hall's Chop House singing for the Gospel Brunch.
Yes.
Sometimes I'm at the airport singing for our travelers. Sometimes I'm at special events. I live right here in North Charleston. If you would like to sign up your child for music lessons, our studio is located in Berkeley County. So we're in Monk's Corner at 100 Gullidge Street. My name is Christal Heyward, and you can connect with me by phone or by Facebook. 843-452-6867. I will say it again. 843-452-6867. And of course, everyone should know you can find us on the Information Highway. Our website is www.atorgrief.org. ATOR is short for A Time of Refreshing. www.atorgrief.org. Please connect with me soon. I am Christal Heyward, and I hope to see you in person soon.
Absolutely. I know I'm going to be at y'all calls. Well, I'm flying out on Thursday. I don't know when you're going to be back in the airport. But
okay,
we'll see. I'm coming to see you sing.
All right.
I have to see it off Facebook in real life. But thank you so much for taking the time to sit with me. I truly appreciate you. You are a legend. I'm sitting with a living icon. So thank you so much for your time. Once again, thank you for checking out the Princess Diaries podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you leave me 5 stars and leave a comment. Princess Diaries is available wherever you stream your podcast, and you can connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at The Princess Diaries. Make sure you're connected with me, Chris Kalen, on Instagram and Facebook, and _Chris Kalen on TikTok. And I will see you back for another episode. Happy Black Music Month. Yeah. Thank you.